is using that comsat, because the Mutalisks can go behind that ridge, and the turrets on the low ground don't actually have vision of the high ground, and so they can't fire if the Mutalisks are above the high ground because the ridge is in the way. So by using that comsat, it enables them to keep firing at the Mutalisks, even though they're up above there. The turrets can get another shot off, the Marines can get more shots off that way. I'm surprised he's not gonna try and well, he may try and float his factory up there, for instance, to try and see what's up there. Although he's using his engineering bay to repair to upgrade, so he's not going to do that. Now, Shine has managed to lose all of his Zerglings, though. It looks like slowly and steadily those Zerglings have been whittled down. I think Shine realizes what's going on, so he's trying to tech the vessels, and he's trying to get more barracks up, because it's really, I mean, in this kind of a situation where you're going against 2-hatch muta pressure, it's really just a case of if you can hold out until you have vessels. And that just has to do with just pumping a crap load of SCVs, pumping a crap load of Marines, and trying as fast as possible to get to those vessels. And so that's exactly what he's going to try and do. And so normally in a game where they're not putting this much pressure on you, you could be okay for a little while off 2 barracks trying to get vessels or whatever. Although, you know, the more barracks the better, obviously. But sometimes you do see players not get quite as many barracks. But in a high-pressure situation like this, I'm not surprised to see him getting more barracks down so he can just pump more Marines, as opposed to going for a more longer-term game and teching and that kind of thing. Well, he's going to do a little bit of all of it, but anyway, I'm not sure if I'm making sense. But the point being, when it's such a high-pressure situation and you only have 1 or 2 barracks, you can't possibly put out enough Marines to deal with the Mutalisk harass. When it's just so constant, and so you need more racks that way. And so anyway, he's doing a good job of holding off, but venturing out a little bit far, and setting in Marines into this new expansion, and unfortunately he stimmed them, and the drones kill off 1 Marine, and the second Marine could very easily die, so he's probably not actually going to be able to kill off this base. He's going to kill off several drones, though. He's killed 3 so far. He's going to kill those other 3 as well, until what's probably Zerglings hatch out of that base, those eggs there. Possibly Mutalisks. Either way, they're going to be able to kill it off pretty quickly. And here we go. Now he's gotten in there. But what I was going to say is he lost that group of medic Marines as they were running out into the field there, and he really could not afford to do that because now he's got less medic Marines back at home. And there's that comsat to see the high ground so he can attack uphill there. And there's the Zerglings popping out just in time to kill that off. So he's back down to 2 gas for a moment. He's building more drones, though, to get that 3rd gas up. He already has his Queen's Nest, though, so he's probably going to be going for Hive Tech very soon as well. And Shine finding a gap in his defenses to get back there and kill some SCVs. And taking a few hits on the way out, but I think that was probably a pretty effective attack. And now that the Marines are in the back of his base, he can run in Zerglings to kill off a turret. He might even get a 2nd turret here. Yes, he's going to kill 2 turrets. Oh, yes, kills the 2nd turret. So a nice little attack there, and really, really well played tactically speaking from Shine's point on Shine's part, running his Mutalisks through there, picking off some SCVs, and then managing to, while his Marines were drawn away, setting in the Zerglings in the front door. I mean, it's pretty classic, but still very well executed. And now he's got a bunch of, brand new Mutalisks here. He's doing a lot of damage. He's picked off a lot of SCVs here. He's still got a couple Zerglings chilling on the high ground just for fun. Wow, and Science Facility is now up. I don't know, that Science Facility is actually in a bad place. It might get attacked by Mutalisks. And you don't want to attack up that ramp. That is a really bad place for him to attack. I mean, he doesn't really have a choice, but what he needs to get irradiated out really, really quickly. He needs to get that irradiated quickly. Greater Spire is already morphing. He needs to deal with those Mutalisks now, and just really stop this harass. But actually, come to think of it, it won't really do much good. Unless he needs to do something soon, because in just a moment here, I mean, it's not going to be very long at all before he's got that Greater Spire up, and then it won't matter how damaged his Mutalisks are, because they are pretty damaged from before, and it won't matter how damaged they are, because they'll just turning into Guardians. He loses a couple of Mutalisks there, and so that's why I was thinking it might even be better for him to hold back, since his Greater Spire is almost finished, especially since he has 2 groups and he can just, oh man. So there's the damaged ones plus a couple new ones being morphed into Guardians there. Kind of an interesting position for them to be morphing. I would have expected them to be in that top base so they'd be a little bit more protected. But now Sea.Really is feeling as if he has enough defenses that he can venture out a little bit with his Medic Marines. But really, it's almost out of desperation. He needs to do some kind of counterattack. Maybe he's expecting vessels to come out here, and so he's gonna try to base his defense off those vessels instead. And oh, single marine stimming, running right past the Zerglings, and now they're gonna have to turn around and come back and kill him. But there come the Guardians. Those are probably, if it's the same build as last time, it's probably Devours. He's got probably a single Irradiate out, but there's a lot of Medic Marines, and he's got Zerglings in front of the Guardians to protect them as well. When those Devourers hatch, they're going to be, yeah, there's a single Devourer and a couple extra Guardians, but he only has the one Science Vessel, so he doesn't need a ton of Devourers at the moment, just enough to keep them at bay a little bit. And oh man, with the Zerglings as well, Shine is really moving in. He's got a ton of Guardians there, an absolute ton of Guardians. He does not have enough Radiates to deal with this. And even if he'd gone raids, there's Scourge and Devours to stop them right now. A single Radiant goes off. He's going to pull back that Guardian. This is the end for really. We're going to see one of Eastro's stars go out of the OSL here against the relative newcomer and just too many Guardians. He's being forced back, and he's desperately trying to hold out with a small group of Marines, but they're getting dwindled lower and lower. The Science Vessels go down. No more Irradiates for him, and really GG's. Shine is going to advance, and that was really well played, and you gotta hand it to Shine for saying, you know what, you defeated that build last time, but I know I can do it, I know I can pull it off, and he pulled it off a little bit better, did a little bit better harassment, and just executed the attack a little bit better, and also really was a little bit slower in comparison on the Irradiates, and did not get any Irradiates off on the Mutila groups or anything like that. I wasn't able to kill as many Mutilas, so Shine is victorious. He's going to move on to face Bisu for a chance at the round of 16. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.